So who's the creepiest man on the planet? Is it Billy Boy? He's definitely one of them. Him and his man boobs. He's definitely one of them. Is it Adam Schiff? Watermelon Head, as they call him. That's what Trump calls him. Or Chuck Schumer. Is it Peter Brabich Left Methy, or I don't know how to say his name, the new head of the WEF? Used to be the CEO of Nestle. Got that demon eye, but one eye is completely not human. It's really, he's creepy for sure. Is it one of them guys? Or is it Peter Thiel? Well, I've discovered something about Peter Thiel that blew my mind completely. The chances of this being true for the guy that I think is indeed the creepiest man in the world, when you look at him, he's got veins popping out of him everywhere. The things he says, he talks about how maybe humans shouldn't continue on. Maybe this should be the end of us soon. He talks about the Antichrist. He talks about all kinds of really creepy things. But check this out, okay? This, I'm telling you, what I'm about to show you is pretty wild. If you unscramble his name, that's what it spells. Not kidding. You can see it for yourself right there. Somebody discovered this recently, and they made a video about it on TikTok, or maybe it was on YouTube. I can't remember where I saw it. Definitely, if it was on TikTok, I saw it on YouTube anyway, because I don't go near TikTok. But they went even further, okay? There's another piece to this. Peter Thiel apparently does not sweat. And he's been in situations on camera where he certainly should have been sweating, because anybody else would. But he doesn't. Not a bead of sweat comes out of that man. Well, reptiles don't sweat. They literally do not sweat. And there's a very famous video of Diddy and Obama, where Diddy's saying, I gotta apologize because I don't sweat, and you know, we're here in this heat all day, but I don't sweat because I'm so cool. I just don't sweat. Then we got Prince Andrew in a very famous interview about Virginia Giuffre, however you say her name, the one that he apparently had relations with when she was definitely underage. The whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Well, guess what he said? Oh, that couldn't have been me because I couldn't sweat. I couldn't sweat. That's two very, very suspicious characters right there who don't sweat. And Peter Thiel doesn't either. But just look at that, folks. Look at that. Isn't that wild? What's the chances that the guy who is the CEO of Palantir, who is literally the one molding the digital future of humanity, the surveillance, the thought crimes, everything you read about in 1984, what's the chances that his name, I think they call that an anagram, that his name is an anagram that spells the reptile? Blew my mind completely. See, I don't believe in coincidences. I just don't. They don't exist. They don't exist. And I also know that this is their style. It probably means the reptile. The main one. That's my guess. Because when I watch him, oh, do I get creeped out. He's the reason I can't trust Donald Trump, because there's such a connection between them two. That's it right there. If you're heavily connected to Peter Thiel, the reptile, then I can't trust you. That's the end of it right there. You cannot be trusted if you're Peter Thiel's associate. This is what they would do. They would take the reptile, and what kind of name can we make out of that? It's the same idea as sigils. I used to be a magician and cast sigils. And the idea of a sigil is to hide meaning inside the sigil that only the subconscious can pick up. Okay, that's what this does. This is exactly their style. So Peter Thiel is the reptile. It totally blew my mind. Like I say, no coincidences. They don't exist. They don't exist. Synchronistic things do. Coincidences do not. And this one girl, she said that made the video about this, she has been searching the internet constantly for a video in which he sweats, but he does not. He's in situations where he should be sweating all the time. And you can see he's nervous and fidgety, and his veins are popping out, and there's something really not normal about him at all. And then I got thinking. I made a video the other day. It wasn't a very popular video. Hardly anyone watched it, and no one seemed to like it. About the face peelers. These beings in Peru that are stealing people's faces. And I got thinking about that, and it's like, what could be the purpose of that? You know, they're putting the skin of these faces on someone else, obviously, or something else. Is that how they're hiding themselves, as reptiles? Sounds like a wild theory, doesn't it? It sounds crazy. But I'm telling you, there's enough evidence pointing to that now that I'm starting to look at it very seriously. We have Credo Matwa, the one who told all of this to David Icke. I made a video recently about that too. Credo Matwa, Zulu shaman, spoke of these reptilian beings being the ones who rule this earth. Okay, now he didn't get into them putting human faces on themselves and stuff. No. He claimed they look exactly like reptiles in their natural form. But why wouldn't they be masters of disguise? Of course they would. Of course they would. Think of the movie They Live. That movie's a documentary, I think. It's not a science fiction movie. It's a documentary. One more time, just have a look at that. That blew my freaking mind. I just couldn't believe it. It's like, oh my. Kudos to the girl who figured that out. I don't know how she figured that out. That wasn't easy, but she figured it out. Peter Thiel is the reptile. Proof is in his name. So, yes, it sounds nuts. No, Mr. Buzz hasn't gone off his meds and all these things people like to say. I'm looking at actual evidence right here. This is the chances of that being just happening like that is very, very... There's no chance, actually. There's no chance. No. So, I'll leave it there. Wild stuff. Remember that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.